I promise I am gonna get ready and start a stream. I am going on a wild goose, ugh, a wild goose chase for the links and stuff for Discord. But I promise I'm gonna get ready and start. Okay, I think the keyword there is think. Usually, if I'm thinking, that is never a good thing. Um, but I think. Wait, what is that for? What? Okay, you know, I'm not even gonna ask. Twitch popped up with another thing and was like, "Hey, if you want this," like right as I went looking for the tool or whatever. Anyways, as a quick little heads up, I am like 99% certain my computer is not having it today. Also, I have this model on today and not my actual like summer one. I still have my summer one, but I just that that's a whole mess I don't want to talk about. So for now, I have this model on. Anyways, hi. It's been a very very long while, specifically like a week, but it feels like it's been forever. I gotta pull the chat up because I don't have it up. Okay. Honestly, that is perfectly fine if you fall asleep during this because this game, I think I'm gonna go through and try and speedrun most of the endings that I got the first time just to make sure I got the or actually I think I got the whole half done the last time I played this. I played this a very very long time ago, so um I gotta go through all the other endings. I don't know if I'm ready for that because oh my gosh, this game has so many endings. So I'm gonna try and do that. For future reference because I don't know if he's in here or not. I don't honestly know. He keeps changing his username, so I never know what account he is anymore, but my nephew specifically was the one that requested I go in and finish this game. and it's been like a year since I last played this, so I really like the game, so it's not a problem. I don't mind finishing playing it, but since I have it's been like a year or like over half a year or something like that since I last played this. At least once a weekend, I have heard from him. Are you ever gonna finish that cat game? So I'm going in to finish this today. Um, but as a heads up, because I always put like announcements and stuff at the beginning of my streams. Um, to anyone that goes through and watches this in the future, just know that this VOD is like part two, I wanna say. I'm hoping there's not gonna be part three. But I will go through and I will make this an actual series at some point. Like something I play on uh oh, what am I trying to say? Like I go through and actually make like a gameplay video for it. Obviously, it's gonna be so freaking long. It's gonna be a super long series because I don't get through these games very quickly. But yeah. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna make this a series. Hopefully. I don't know if it's gonna be soon or not. I gotta start a new list of games I gotta start making a gameplay series for. So I gotta go through and do that. Um, but this will probably be one of them. I'm just finishing this up on stream now because, like I've said, my nephew has been hounding me for like ever to finish this game, and honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. He has a point. I need to finish this. I've played this like 3 or 4 times and I originally tried to do a gameplay of this one. So I have done every single thing for like the first half of the endings. Like the first half of all the endings have been taken care of. So I gotta go through and I gotta try and start doing more for like this to get further. Also, hi Bubbles! It's been a minute. Oh my gosh, it's been a minute. I don't know if my stream is lagging or not. I know my VTuber model is. I don't know what the deal is with the program, but it's not wanting to work. Um, you actually came in at a good part because I don't actually have like any announcements and I was honestly getting ready to start playing the game. I think I got through all the problems that I had going on. Technically, like, ah, not technically. The like the problems with my computer that I usually have. So I think that my my brain is not nice if I'm thinking. I can minimize that. I hope that lets up on this a little bit. I hope. Where did the file for this go? Yeah, I honestly, I can't even say anything because for the most part, I haven't really played like anything. I have one game on my computer that I have played. I don't want to admit what it is. It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. It's just want I don't want the stereotype to be a thing. But it's hold on. Where did oh no. Okay, that's why I had that up still. Cause I gotta change over to the green screen. This. I have been obsessed with this game, and this game. Mostly this one. And they're all to clean up. They're all games you clean something up in one way or another. I can't help it though. I like them. They're very laid back games. It does not help though. It is not helping any stereotype. It's not helping at all. I hope this opens on the right screen. Oh, this game was made with Rippy. I'm just now noticing that in the files. Okay, I did not know that. Wait, why did it open twice? This game's not suitable for children or the easily disturbed. Okay, never mind. I can't play this on stream. Sorry, guys. No, I'm kidding. I'm surprised. I don't think there are like any kids that watch me at all. Would you? I'm kind of glad none do for the amount of jokes you guys have made. I'm very glad none do, but I'm surprised. You would think with like the username and the model and stuff I use, I would have had like one or two, but surprisingly I don't. Uh, for full list of content, trigger warnings go. There's a longer list of. Please take care of yourself. Wait, hold on. Oh, what? Why did you have to alphabetize them? What? You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. Okay. Return. So, what were the endings I found so far? Um, I know I did all the ones outside. And honestly, I do not remember most of these. Okay, I know there was some inside the house that I had to do. Oh, wait. Music volume. I can turn that up a little bit. I don't know if it's too loud on the actual thing or not. But I'm hoping it's not gonna be. I'm just now realizing my window is open. I hope my neighbors do not think I'm schizophrenic talking to myself. But my setup is so like my window set's higher than my whole setup, so they can't see that I'm streaming. So they probably hear me and think I'm just talking to myself. Oh well. At this point, I won't be bothered then. Okay, I'm gonna grab a drink really quick and then I'm gonna start. Alright, let's see if I got all the settings right. At least for the music, anyways. You're walking. Right. Of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. I just now looked over and this is very quiet. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward, the loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Okay, it did pick up this time. Honestly, you know what? I would rather have my parents do that instead of what they usually do. I think I said this the last stream or the one before that. I can't keep up with most of the slang in today's time. I know, like, I know everyone watching me, and I know that for a fact what the term cooked means in anything you do. And just casually the other day, me and my brother have never, keep in mind, me and my brother are around the same age. Like, there's a year difference. So we're roughly around the same age. We're in the same age gap, things like that. To be using that term, it makes sense for us. My dad the other day, I forgot what he was doing. He's like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be cooked. Who taught him that? Like, I seriously. And it doesn't help because the same thing too happened when oh my gosh, my mom, when calling someone salty became a thing. Again, me and my brother. I don't even say my sister, because my sister doesn't usually use these slang terms around family like ever. Very rarely, maybe around me and my brother, but beyond that, she never uses them herself. And she's not that much older than me and my brother, okay? We've never told my mom what the term salty means, and the one day I think it was either I was irritated at something or my brother was. I forget who at this point, and my mom's like, why are you acting so salty today? Who is teaching them these terms? Like, maybe I can see my mom because she works in a job where she deals with people all day long. But my dad is in like like I work in the same shop with my dad. Everyone there is around like 40 something, 50 something. Me and my brother and maybe like two or three other people, if you're lucky, are younger. And none of us use those terms around them. How are they learning this? I don't. Like, they know more slang terms than I do. And they will just occasionally drop something on me, and I'm like, where? I've never said that before. Where are you learning this? And my brother is the same exact way, because he does the same exact thing to me. The one time my mom dropped something on him, like some slang term, and he sat there and did you teach her this? Between me and my mom, I said, no. And every time you ask them, their thing is, they're in the loop. They just know. I don't know why. I don't know where they're learning it, but at this point, you know what? Whatever. It, if they're happy with learning slang terms, then I'm gonna do that. She probably is. That's the bad part. I can only hope that she's not. But here's the thing. If she's teaching them that, it doesn't make it any better because she's our older sister. So she's older than us by maybe like a few years. And I don't know. She probably would be though. I could see her doing something like that cuz she does a lot of stuff to mess with us on days. I'm just waiting for the day they come home and they start talking like most people nowadays. I'm just waiting for that day. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I know it's coming, and when it does, I seriously, I always see the memes for it, where people have to hire translators. I'm going to have to hire a kid younger than me to translate what they are even telling me one of these days because I can't keep up with the slang terms. I barely know like two or three, and that's it. Usually, if I come across something else that has a slang term in it, I'm like, oh, okay, and my brain just auto corrects it to what it is. If I become a boomer, that is you. Oh my gosh, that is gonna be a whole new level of embarrassment. Out of like my family, like my intermediate family, me, my siblings, and my parents. I'm the youngest. That is gonna be so embarrassing. That is gonna be a title I cannot ever live down. If they know more slang terms than me, I'm gonna have to look for like a 2026 dictionary or something. I gotta I gotta keep up. I can't let them know more than me. And I don't even think my brother knows like half of them either. And the bad part is he is more online than I am. He doesn't just sit and like doom scroll, but he's more online than I am. Like I surprisingly the only like social media platforms I have on my phone are Tumblr, Pinterest, and YouTube. That's it. And Pinterest is just bombarded with like art ideas. That and cosplay stuff, because I did not know people actually cosplay and do like videos and stuff and post them on there. So art and cosplay stuff. Um, I very rarely go on Tumblr though. Like I go on it more from like my computer than I do my phone. So meanwhile, here's my brother and my sister. They both I don't think they both have TikTok. I know my sister has it. She has TikTok, she has Instagram, she has Facebook, she has Twitter or X, whatever it's called now. Like she has like 7 to 8 different social media things. My brother has like 3 to 5, and that's about it. But still, they both go on. I have my social media stuff, but I have it connected to my computer because it's just easier for me to post that way. Yeah, that is honestly how I am. Even at that, like, I have TikTok, but all it is clips. Like, I have it on my computer. I don't even have it on my phone. I don't know. Surprisingly, I don't think. Well, not surprisingly, I should say. I think the only like social media platforms my parents have, my dad has Twitter or X, and I think he got that specifically because he was trying to find something and he had to keep asking my brother to go to it from his account, and my brother kind of got fed up and was like, I'm not going to keep doing this because I don't want this stuff to get filtered through my feed. So he made him an account. So besides that, I don't think either of them have social media. Yeah, all I can't even say anything. I have tried to maybe like once or twice while I've been trying to finish things on my computer, but I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm done. I am just gonna kind of mess around, and I'm like, you know what? I got TikTok. I know a lot of cosplayers use that. I'm gonna go look at the different cosplays. I can't figure out how to navigate it. I can't navigate TikTok to save my life. Which is I think is very funny and very ironic because the one account I had, like, a long, long time ago, the only one I ever like, I only had it purely because I originally had Musically. And then Musically got bought out and turned into TikTok. So I was like, man, okay. And because I had an older account, I was like, okay, well, this isn't bad. Eventually, I just got rid of it because I was like, I don't really use this anymore. But now here I am. I have it back, and it's no longer just a simple, hey, if you want to find this, you got to search it up really quick. It, yeah, I know. I originally got Musically though because I had one of my cousins, or I forget which one, but one of them had Vine. And they're like, "Oh yeah, this is a funny little like app or whatever that's just short clips you can go through and see and things like that." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then they got another one, or they got Musically, and they're like, "Yeah, this is the same exact thing. You just do like voiceover videos more or less." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So they ended up getting it and they showed me, and I was like, well, I'll probably make an account for it too. So I made one and I was like, this is cool. This is fine. And then it got bought out to TikTok and it, it's it's just gone so much more added to it. Yeah, I know. Social media is like all over the map. You pretty much, if you have one, you have all of them because there are so many that just they're the same thing. Like they take one thing that works for another platform and use that because they're like, yeah, this is gonna make things better. This is gonna have more people on our platform, but it doesn't. I want away from it though because the I think I said on stream, I went away from specifically like Instagram and stuff. I don't really post my art unless it's in Discord or something like that because pretty much everything out there now more or less has like AI features. And with like Instagram, when it was first being implemented, it pretty much was, yeah, your art's gonna be ran through our program and they're gonna pretty much take it and blur your watermark out and claim that it made it from thin air, but and that wasn't optional. I tried opting out of it and I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm done because they're like, nope, we're not gonna have that as an option anymore. You have to be a part of it. So I I I don't post art on social media for that reason. What do I keep hearing squeak? Hold on. I gotta check something. What is that? Oh, it's okay. Okay, I had to check really quick because I keep hearing something like squeak right next to my window, and I thought it was like a bird or something. Because they've been daring enough to get closer and closer to my window. I thought it was a bird. It's just my fan. Apparently, the wind's making it blow the opposite direction, and it is not happy, so it's pretty much screaming at me. Yeah, I think it's gonna just keep going. Now that I figured out what it is, it's just gonna keep going. I am gonna go. I'm gonna start this. I think I'm gonna just read through this beginning part once because I gotta go through so many different endings. And having to reread this every single time, I think is just gonna waste more time. Cause I don't think it changes at all. But anyways, that's gonna keep bothering me because it sounds so much like the birds. But I know it's the fan. I'll know if it's a bird if it's managed to bite its way through the screen I have on my window and gets in my room. Anyways, back to the game. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh. Guess that should have been obvious. I swear this noise, whoever made this noise, like wherever they got this noise from, is so cute. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. So, you look so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look, after all. This one sure is a cutie, though. Just look! It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting it this close like other strays have in the past. Ugh, I'm already stumbling over my words. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. Oh, I got a follower! Thank you! I did not notice till now. I don't know if it was laggy or what, but... I think the last time I did this, I went through all the ones where I went other places, so I'm gonna do this time. Waiting for you to do something. Wait, oh, it went back. No, take him. Let's take him home with us. Well, why not? Right. Oh, he's happy. You barely reach out your arms before the cat eagerly leaps into them and climbs up onto your shoulders. It butts its head into your temple, nuzzling against it. Aww. You can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. Let's get you out of here, yeah? On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food. But that would be a waste of time. You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside after so long. Even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore the new environment. But it simply sits and looks up at you expectantly. You know what? We're gonna go through all the options. We're just gonna go down the list. So we're gonna do something alone. Like what? We're gonna clean. You decide that even if it's your day off, that doesn't mean you should be completely unproductive. You know you have a guest and all, but you really shouldn't put off your chores. Best to get them done while you're in the mood to do so. So for now, you get dressed, roll up your sleeves, and get to work on cleaning the apartment. Oh my god, okay. I know I keep getting sidetracked. You got. Okay, I'm going to mute this just really, really quick. I gotta try and hurry and save this to my photos because I want to show you guys this thing. So, over last weekend, there is a very, very good reason as to why I did not. There is a very, very good reason as to why I did not um stream. So, more or less, I went to. I had some stuff that I was working on, and more or less, I'm beating around the bush because this killed me. It still does, but nobody did this to me other than me. So, okay, I'm gonna get this pulled up really quick so I can show you guys because I keep getting sidetracked. Okay, so now I can explain in full detail. I know I said it like 2 or 3 times. So last weekend, okay, I was gone from streaming. I streamed Thursday. I streamed Thursday like I normally do, okay? I didn't stream Friday and I didn't stream Saturday. You guys know I usually don't stream on Sundays. I try to not at all if I possibly can, just to give myself like one day throughout the week where I don't do like anything, whether it is or isn't streaming or working or crafting or things like that. Like I just have one goof off day throughout the week. And I usually make it Sundays. So this weekend I had went and got the stuff to repaint the stairwell in my house because to know is to know. You guys know that I live with my family. Like I live with my mom and dad still. I live with my brother still. We all chip in on like the bills and stuff, but the reason for that, this house that we are living in currently, I think was the same house my dad lived in growing up. So this house has kind of been in the family for like a really long time. Um, so we went to go, I say we, I specifically was like, no, I want to go get the paint and stuff to try and fix up the stairwell because we haven't been putting back into the house a whole lot in the way of like maintenance and stuff. Like maybe a few things like the roof or the beams in like the attic or like the back porch, something like that. But it's been like hit and miss stuff only when we've needed to really. So I was like, you know what? We don't need to do this, but I want to do this. So I went to go get the paint to do the stairwell, okay? Keep in mind, you guys know I'm like 5'7", 5'9", somewhere around there. I'm just gonna say 5'8" because that's the middleman. So I'm like 5'7", 5'8", okay? However, the stairwell, obviously, if the ceiling is still high enough that I can't touch it, I have to jump and touch the ceiling. You obviously know that in a stairwell, it's probably going to be a lot taller. Especially in my house because like the little lip in it that I'm going to show you guys in the pictures. That little lip above the stairwell is actually the space that I have for my closet. My closet is Narnia. I have a lot of closet space, okay? But more or less, my point being, the only reason I'm thinking about this is because they were talking about rolling up their sleeves in the game. So, more or less this weekend, my mom and my dad were like, okay, well, we're gonna go and we're gonna kind of go visit your grandpa or whatever, or we're gonna go run some errands. They were doing something. They went over and visited with my grandpa too after they were done doing whatever, and I didn't know what. So then they were like, okay, we'll be back here in a little. My dad wanted me to wait till he got back to show me how to like cram like a ladder in the stairwell. You guys know my luck with stairs, okay? You know I've cartoon rolled down them. Just completely like cartoon roll them. Head over feet tumbling down the stairs. So obviously my first initial reaction was maybe I should not be the person that gets on a ladder in a stairwell. I'm just saying. I'm the last person you want doing anything in a stairwell with a ladder. So, my thing was, I'm like, well, there are a lot of these hooks. Honestly, just cue the Looney Tunes music. I don't have the picture up yet, but, um, more or less, I was like, I'm not gonna get this ladder. I don't want to risk this. So I'm going to come up with a fix. And keep in mind, this fix I'm about to show you guys, the other half fell off because it would not stay taped together. And it gets worse, trust me on this. So, I I could not reach, so I got some I got some pliers and I taped them to like a 4 foot, 8 foot pole. And I pried all the picture hooks out of the wall. And boom. And to prove it actually worked, keep in mind, this wall right here is to the kitchen. This wall right here is to the bedroom, like my bedroom. And this like little ramp space and this whole wall on the other side of that is my it's my closet. So obviously you can see where I had stopped painting because I was like, well, I can't really reach all this yet. So I had to go grab the things to get the hooks out, and I was like, okay, well, I can't reach that. Obviously, I had a roller for it. And then, to make matters worse, I'm showing this off too because I feel like you guys need to know this. So I had that thing and the paint roller screws into it, but I didn't have anything for the corners. So I said, you know what? The fix worked once, I'm gonna do it again. And to prove it actually worked, I did this one-handed, but I got a video of this stuff actually working because I genuinely did not think anyone would believe me. I I'm so mad that it actually worked. But if anyone ever tells you not to do something like that, or ever tells you, hey, let's do this, and there is a little red flag going off in your brain telling you, that's not a smart idea. It I had to come up with a fix around it because get I could not bring myself to get on a ladder again. And the bad part is my dad was like, "You know what? If you don't want to get up on the ladder on the stairs, I will." Where do you think I got my terrible luck with stairs from? Between him and my mom. Surprisingly, my mom is not that bad, but my dad every now and then does the same exact thing I do, where he'll think he's going to take a step down and forgets, like, there's an extra step or something and kind of like fall over his own feet. He doesn't actually fall, but he kind of like stumbles and will catch himself. I do that like all the time. I don't know why my brain just disconnects mid step and it's like, yep, we're done. So you have the two, like, worst choices to be doing anything on a stairwell and go, yeah, yeah, that's the play. Let's get a ladder. I think the music is working now. Oh, I still had it muted. Yeah, pretty much. It apparently using the stairs in a normal way is way too hard. So instead of just, using them, speedrun falling. Just get to the bottom of the stairs fast. I did read that because that was the whole thing that got me talking about painting a stairwell. At least you try to? You sweep the living room. You wipe the kitchen counter. Okay, you don't make your bed. But who actually does that anyways? I do sometimes. I say sometimes because 90%, like 90% of the time during the summer I don't, because it is too hot to do like any cleaning. Still, you notice that no matter how much you clean up, you keep finding more messes than when you started. You peek over at the cat. You suspect that it might be the culprit behind this mystery, but every time you rush to check on it or catch it in the act, you always find it napping in the living room. You keep cleaning, but the cat, or something, keeps leaving more and more mess in its wake. We're gonna keep cleaning. Hold on. What do you mean this is me falling down the stairs?
What you doing? What you doing? Wanna go down? Wanna go down? Can you go downstairs?
Oh my
Can you go downstairs?
gosh.
Hey! What you doing?
You know what, accurate. I can't even say anything. The opportunity was not missed. That is exactly how it is. What? I'm just wondering, why did the dog second guess it got like right to the bottom of the stairs and decided to run instead? Okay, I said keep cleaning. You keep cleaning, but there's just more mess. And more. And more. When you finally stop and look around you, you don't even recognize your home anymore. There's piles of junk everywhere. Do you even own this much stuff? You don't remember ever buying or receiving most of it. The piles tower over you. Oh no, wait. Are ads going? Hold on. I don't know if ads are still going. I don't know what this funky music is, but I'm gonna wait till like 57 to start going again. Just because I don't know if there's ads, but yeah. I think it's been a minute. I think so, because I remember it being like 36 or something when I last looked at it. I'm hoping it's only a minute long. Dad breaks are supposed to be only a minute long. You feel claustrophobic. The stench of garbage is overwhelming, despite your hands feeling raw from all the cleaner fluid you've been using. Your eyes still burn from the bleach. Okay, just came back now. Okay. I don't know what the deal has been with Twitch. It sat for an hour, and it's not even been a full hour. Usually I try to within like the first 2 minutes, so it stair steps it, but I guess I either forgot to today or it didn't go. You need some air. You need to get out of here. You hear a crash and see a teacup you're certain you don't own smashed on the floor. You look up and see the cat perched on a teetering pile of china and kitchen appliances. It carefully nudges another teacup from the pile, sending it careening to the ground. But you don't even flinch as it shatters. Instead, you start to chuckle. Suddenly, you're laughing. It's so hilarious that tears start running down your face. I knew it was you. You did this, didn't you? You pick up the largest piece of ceramic from the broken teacups. Didn't you? And throw it at the cat. The cat dodges by leaping off the pile. The pile sways. It sways. It's falling. Oh. Wait. Also, hi from YouTube. I know. I didn't think about it. I'm just playing this today though, so I can get it finished up. There's gonna be a series on it, I promise. Every single time I go to play this, I never finish it. I'm just finishing up like the second half of this stuff, and then I will go through and make like an actual series on it. Or at least try to anyways. You can't move. You're you're buried. The fi- the pile fell on top of you. Broken shards of fine china and sharp utensils are piercing your skin. Mm, mm, I feel this so bad. Oh my gosh, I feel this pain so bad. I have actually had I have actually had this happen. It was an entire box of light bulbs. Oh my gosh. It was one of the old ones too. You'd get from like the hardware store or something that didn't have the bottoms. It was just like a 4-pack. Oh my gosh, I feel this though. Thankfully, I did not drop it while I was in the store. I dropped it when we got home. But I can feel that. I can feel that pain. That is not funny. Oh my god. I swear. Wait. Hold on. History. Broken shards, fine china, and sharp utensil are piercing your skin, your organs. Your bones feel loose and limp, crushed under the heavy appliances. Warm liquid pools under you. With the last of your strength, you listen as a cat pads over to you before laying down and purring sleepily. Yeah, a nap sounds pretty good. Womp womp. That was not the good ending. A not so clean getaway. Okay, so we gotta go through again. So I said I was gonna skip this whole intro thing because I've read it already. I'm just trying to go through and get the new options. Wait, oh! I'm like, wait, I was supposed to do something, but... Oh my god, I swear. I swear, my chat on both YouTube and Twitch have been cursed. I'm gonna do something. Like, what? I don't remember, were there any other options in this one? Oh, let's catch the cat. How are you supposed to finish cleaning up if this little imp is making a menace of itself? No. You know the cat's the culprit. You consider locking it up in the bathroom, at least until you clean the rest of the apartment. But it just doesn't seem fair when you don't actually have any proof. You need to investigate this further. You need proof. Not just for the sake of your sanity, but more importantly for the sake of cleanliness. You start to clean again and peek behind you, catching mere glimpses of a paw here or a tail there. But as with earlier, when you rush back to the living room, the cat is still sleeping. Okay, you want to play cat? Then let's play. This time, you decide to lay a trap. One your feline friend won't be able to resist. You tackle the kitchen island counter and give it the works. It's glistening by the time you're done. So clean, you dropkick anyone who even thought of eating off of it. That is a different level of clean. I was gonna. I was about to make a joke. Oh, it's so clean you could eat off of it. Never mind. Maybe don't want to do that. The perfect trap for your little cleaning saboteur. You whistle innocently as you exit the room and hide around the corner of the entryway to the hall. From the I just meant it as you could eat off the counter. What do you mean you could eat what? Whatever you find in the kitchen? I swear. YouTube, both my YouTube and Twitch chats have been plagued with something. I don't know what. You guys are on something today. From the angle you're at, you have a perfect view of the cat and the island counter. There's no way you won't catch a culprit in the act now. If it really isn't the cat, maybe you'll give it a treat as an apology. Or your suspicions? But as you deliberate, if I can talk, but as you deliberate, oh my god. Okay, what? My brain, I swear, it does not want to keep up. But as you deliberate, if you should stop, I still read it wrong. Oh my, whatever, I'm going with it. If you should stop by the grocery store to get some fish, the cat starts to shift. Its back that was rising and falling evenly moments ago is now rippling in small tremors like an agitated wave on a black sea. It's shuddering. It's bubbling. It's okay. I'm not. No. I know that that's a normal word, but no, you can't describe that like it. You can't use that as a word to describe this. That is no. What? What? You gape in disbelief as another cat burst out of the still sleeping feline you'd taken home with you. You're 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 fairly certain that's not how cats give birth. But more importantly, you watch as cat number 2 shakes itself off before leaping up onto the counter, rolling around on top of it and leaving fur and grime in its wake. I should have probably given it a bath earlier. You feel like your mind is lagging behind the reality of the discovery you just made, but you don't seem capable of thinking beyond smaller observations. For example, though the hows and whys of what you're witnessing elude you, the more pertinent question that strikes you is that if the original cat is still sleeping, and the clone cat is busy making yet another mess, then where are all the other clones? Suddenly, the two cats look directly at you in perfect unison. Their eyes pin you on the spot with their intensity. But you realize that the familiar sinking feeling of being watched. Okay, what? My brain does not want to compute what I am reading. What? You realize with the familiar sinking feeling of being watched from behind that they're not the only ones looking at you. You slowly turn around. Packed in the hole behind you, from the floor to the ceiling, is a living, breathing, writhing wall of cats, of clones, all piled on top of each other. The glowing golden eyes of every cat in the undulating wall of pure black fur, every single eye, is trained on you. Out of fear and sheer desperate need to distance yourself from this blight on reality and order. Oh my gosh, if I can talk today. You take a single step back. And in response, the wall just breaks. The cats all stampeding over you. It'd be kind of cute if their soft paws weren't hiding claws as sharp as knives. You try to protect yourself, but there's just too many of them. Blood leaks steadily from your scratches. You feel dizzy. With what little strength you have, you turn your head and watch as the cats tear through carpet and upholstery, knock over vases and dishes and lamps, claw at the walls. It's gonna take forever to clean this mess up, you think. Maybe you'll tackle it all again later, right after you take a short nap. With an annoyed sigh, you breathe your last breath, ending to double trouble. That's fine if you'll be back in a bit. I don't know if I'll still be here or not. I have to kind of do a little bit of a shorter stream today just because I have a bunch of things that I'm going to be doing or I have to do. I let me say it like this. I kind of got signed on to do stuff I didn't want to. But I'm going to try and get as many of these endings done that I can. I think I did all the things in that. Let's see. Okay. I gotta go all the way back. Wait. Do something alone. Like what? How about watch a movie? You're not tired enough for a nap, but you're too lazy to get started on any of your chores. So you decide to watch a movie. You get dressed in your favorite pajamas, make some popcorn with an obscene amount of butter, and head over to your armchair. Only to discover that the cat is already napping in it. You frown a little in thought. Your couch isn't at the best angle for your optimal TV viewing pleasure, and you don't feel like pushing it around and having to put it back later. The only options you have left are to sit on the floor, or move the cat and reclaim your throne. Nah, we're gonna let the guy be. Let him. He's just a little guy. Let's let him be. You decide to sit on the floor. The cat is a guest, after all, and you pride yourself on being a good host, if nothing else. Well, at least you would if you'd ever have any guests over. You grab a blanket and some pillows and make a comfy nest in front of the chair. You pop in a random movie from your collection and can tell instantly that it's one of your favorite horror films. You've seen it a few times already, but it never fails to get your blood pumping. A few minutes in and you're already invested, getting reacquainted with the story and characters. The scares won't come until later, but for some reason, you feel like something is watching you from behind. You know it's probably nothing, but you feel compelled to check anyway. You peek over your shoulder, uh, only to jump out of your skin, jostling a few pieces of popcorn out of the bowl in your lap. The cat is awake and looking right at you. You take a calming breath, recovering from your heart nearly lurching out of your chest, and immediately feel foolish. It was just the cat. Of course. It was so quiet you'd forgotten it was right behind you. Even though it's the whole reason you're sitting on the floor in the first place. You shakily pick up the remote, intending to rewind some of the parts you missed. However, as soon as you press the rewind button, the TV shuts off. You blink, confused. Nothing else turned off. The kitchen's dimmed light was still on. The digital clock was still glowing, and the movie player was still rewinding. The power didn't clearly. The power clearly didn't go out. So why? You feel a chill run down your spine as you catch the cat's reflection in the dark TV screen. It's still looking at you. Cats stare, silly. It's kind of their thing. Right? And you're a new addition in its life. Of course it's gonna be. It's gonna study you closely to see if you're trustworthy. As you mentally reassure yourself, you turn the TV back on. What? The TV's on, but the movie isn't what's playing on the screen. It's you? You watch yourself frown on screen as you feel your brow furrow in tandem. It's like footage of you in real time, like you're being recorded. You feel the familiar sensation of your mind focusing on small details to avoid the bigger picture of your current situation, avoiding the questions of how this is happening, of who or what is doing this, and why. Suddenly, your mirrored self smiles and waves at you, all on its own. You don't wave back, too stunned to move. The you on the screen doesn't seem to mind, though. It then stands up and walks out of the frame, and a terrified yell rips out of your throat out of your mouth before you can think to stifle it. On screen, in the chair, is a cat. But it's wrong. It's become a large swollen mass of black fur. Its twitching pulse rhythmically with its slow, almost methodical breaths. Its mouth is a yawning entrance to a black abyss, framed by a set of teeth that look very, very sharp. Glowing eyes bulge all over its body. It's still looking at you. It doesn't even acknowledge your on-screen persona as they walk back into frame and pet it almost lovingly. Then, the you inside the TV touches one of the cat's fangs. You flinch at a sudden sharp pain in your palm. You look down and sure enough, your hand is bleeding. You're not particularly afraid of blood, but for some reason, the sight of it leaking out of you sends another chill down your back. A thought, clear and terrible, flashes across your mind. It's not just the mutated cat in the TV that's watching you, is it? Don't look behind you. 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 You watch helplessly as your on-screen self smiles and nods at you, almost encouragingly. They stand in front of the cat's gaping jaws. They look into the dark depths. And as you're torn between the horrifying realization of what's about to happen and the gripping wonder of what they see looking back at them from that deep, deep darkness, they jump in. Darkness is a sudden presence all around you, pressing in, holding you down. And yet, you somehow feel almost weightless. You can't tell if you're falling, but it doesn't feel like you're laying down or standing either. You feel warm. You feel cool. You feel everything. You feel nothing. You feel nothing. Silent film. That was not a silent film. We screamed. Although I didn't actually scream. Because I have been told I break speakers. So I'm not gonna yell. Alright, let's make sure I did everything under that ending. No, skip. Skip. We cleaned. We watched. No, we're gonna take back the chair. Sorry, but he's not a silly little guy anymore. You squared your shoulders. Sorry, kitty. That's my spot. You pick up the cat and place it on the floor. It's clearly upset with you when you try to pet it as an apology. It dodges your hand and scampers away. You shrug and put on a random movie before nestling into your chair. Some horror film you It's some horror film that you love to heckle from beginning to end. Nothing but an endless string of pointless jump scares. Do the writers not know the meaning of the word subtle? Huh? What was that? If I can talk. Was it in the bathroom? The cat must have gone into the medicine cabinet and knocked something over. Claiming your thundering heart. Claim. Gosh dang it. I read claim. I've been having that problem. I read stuff backwards like a lot now, and I think it's because I don't wear my glasses like ever anymore. Calming your thundering heart with a deep breath, you pause the movie and get up to investigate. Well, the cat dashes between your legs from the hall. Fleeing the scene only makes you look guiltier, you know. You're even more reluctant to see the damage now. You just want to relax and watch your bad horror movie. You go into the bathroom and turn on the light. Just as you thought. All the stuff in your medicine cabinet is scattered on the tiles. You sigh. At least none of it looks broken or damaged. You crouch down to pick everything up. Hello? Did the door just close? Did he bump it when you crouched down, or... Well, at least Cat can't come in and make more of a mess this way. The lights. Didn't you just replace the bulbs? They weren't faulty, were they? You never remember to hold on to your receipts for situations like these. You doubt you'll be able to get your money back. You stand up. You shake out the pain in your knees from crouching and open your medicine cabinet. Carefully, you place everything back where they belong, making sure nothing is missing. You close the cabinet. That actually got me. I hate myself because I was like, I have a feeling this is. I did say anything because I was like, no, I don't want to seem Okay. You jump back, slamming against the wall, covering your mouth. You look back up at the mirror on the medicine cabinet door to see nothing. Nothing? No, what? Something was there. We know that. No. You know you saw something just now. You know you did. Right? Yeah. What did that say? Yeah, definitely you're not sticking around. I'm done. You rush out of the bathroom and slam the door behind you without looking. You enter the hall and... No. No, 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 no. You shield yourself with your arms and... Nothing. Nothing. Again. You peek through your fingers and see just your usual hallway. You don't feel very good. You need to sit down. Carefully make your way back to the dark living room, trying not to overwhelm your senses any more than you already have. Maybe you should watch something a little more lighthearted, or just lie down instead. You don't know. It's a little hard to think. You just need to sit down. Stumbling forward, you reach a chair. But it's nothing. It's nothing at all. Just a cat sitting back in a chair again, looking up at you curiously. But it's enough. Your heart lurches so harshly out of a mixture of fear and anticipation that it completely gives out. Your eyes roll up into your skull. You feel yourself falling back. Oh, hi, creepy eyes. Why are you back again? You're dead before you even hit the ground. Screw you, game. Oh my god. I never fall for stuff like this. What? Why? My veto remodel doesn't pick it up, but every single time one of those scares have gone, I've flinched. Like, horribly. Ending for a real subtle. Okay, I gotta go through and do all that again. Watch the movie. Reclaim the throne. Okay. What is this one? You definitely saw something. It did the same thing when I picked the other choice. I just want to make sure I'm covering all bases here. What did it say? Yeah, definitely you're not sticking around for it. Okay. Okay, so it was the same ending. Ow! I just need my desk. Okay, endings. So we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are a lot more I gotta do. Well, welcome back. So far you have missed pretty much, me being bullied by my Twitch and YouTube chats. That's about it. Okay, I gotta keep going. I forget. Okay, do something alone. So, I've done all the options under clean the apartment and watch a movie. At least... That's not helping the case! Wait, I did everything under here, I think? Yeah, I did. Okay, we're gonna take a nap. We're eepy little guys now, because we've died like 3 times and had 4 heart attacks. No, it's not. You're a little tired from the events of the day. Making life-changing choices like committing to the responsibility of caring for another living creature really wears you out. You could definitely use a nap. You head to your room and get dressed in your pajamas before you decide to grab a glass of water from the kitchen. You head back to your room, ready for a much-needed nap. What? What? Hold on. I am not stinky. I am not. That is not the case. Only for the cat to race past you through the open door and jump on the middle of the bed. It takes its time kneading at the sheets before settling down and closing its eyes. Well, That was fast. You frowned thoughtfully. Now that your mind's on it, you find yourself really craving a nap in your own bed. There's no way you're settling for sleeping on the couch. Certainly not the armchair. What do you mean? Sleeping in armchairs is like the best sleep you could possibly get. And I need to say this, I don't mean like recliner armchairs. I mean like the older armchairs. I don't know why, anytime I decided to sit in them when I was younger, I would always let my head just sit on the one part and have my legs hang off the other side. That is like the most comfortable way to sit in a chair. I don't know why. And you guys know I have the problem. I don't actually sit in my gaming chair right. I don't know why. I don't ever use chairs properly. I probably should, but I don't. But what do you mean that that wouldn't be comfy? Which means you should. We're gonna move the cat first. You tentatively nudge a cat in an attempt to make it move on its own. It doesn't budge in the slightest. Keep trying. This is your bed. You push a little more firmly this time. The cat sounds annoyed with you. Again, you will sleep in your own bed. The cat opens one yellow eye and slides it up to look at you. Its voice is a little deeper than before? Not move the cat. You move forward, ready to shove the cat with all your might. You're thrown back by some invisible force and crash into the dresser before falling to the ground. When knocked out of view, you look up in a daze. You don't quite comprehend what you're seeing. A strong swirling wind has picked up, throwing items all over the place, as if a miniature hurricane had just taken form in your room. Right there in the center of it all is the cat, hovering in the air above the bed, its eyes open, glowing like molten lava. You watch as a vortex rips open in the center of your bed. Okay then. And panic as the swirling wind turns into a vacuum, dragging you towards the bed. Your nails catch and tear as you desperately try to cling to the carpet. Don't do that. No. The floorboards, any and every piece of furniture within your reach. Bloody fingers slipping clumsily on every surface. But there's nothing you can do. As you touch the vortex, your body starts to disintegrate. Tiny particles of your body separating and floating into nothing. The last thing you see is a cat landing nimbly on the bed and kneading at your sheets, before it curls up and falls back asleep. Ending 5, do not disturb. Okay, there were a couple other options under that I'm gonna do. It was this. Um, okay, so it was this. Seriously, last chance. You really want to do this? Wait, okay, hold on. I'm just checking. Okay. I think this... I'm gonna go. I don't know, it sounds mad. Okay, so if I go I think it just, yeah, it just sets me back to, okay. So everything under that one's done. How about we just lay next to it? You shrug. What's the harm in sharing the bed, right? Both have had a long day after all. You try to carefully avoid jostling a cat as you lay down, but immediately scoots over and curls up against you anyway. You smile. Sweet dreams. Hmm. You feel like you slept for a long time. You feel a warm weight on your back, but you don't see the. Oh, mystery solved then. You feel comfortable? You consider getting up, but as soon as the thought enters your head, your mind fills with static and a deep sense of disapproval. Not yet then. Okay. The cat, jostled by your attempts at movement, kneads painfully at your back before settling down again and falling back asleep. You fall back into slumber too. It's night. You want to get up. Claws dig into your back like a warning.
Suck my balls, you damn potato eater.
That genuinely scared me because the music went quiet. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a cutesy horror game, but oh my gosh, that got me. Tomorrow then, right? It's morning. You'll be late for work. But the cat doesn't budge. You don't even try to get up this time. You just close your eyes and drift off again. It's it's the next day. Since the last several days. Or has it been weeks? Or longer? You're not quite sure. You're hungry. You don't know how long you've been lying down. You feel sore in your back, but also on your stomach, your arms, your face, everywhere. You can't remember your last meal. You can't remember your last meal, the last time you drank anything. You've been sleeping all this time, but you feel exhausted, more tired than you think you've ever felt in your life. It feels like a giant hand is pressing you into the bed. You can't remember the last time you even considered moving, but somehow you know that you need to go back to sleep anyway. Everything will be fine if you just go back to sleep. You think you're hallucinating when the cat finally stirs. It stretches languidly before hopping off your back. You hear its feet padding through your still open bedroom door, its steps fading down the hall. You don't open your eyes. You don't move. You're afraid you don't even remember how. You're afraid that the static will return if you try. But you eventually do try. You try to prop yourself up on your arm. It's thinner than you've ever seen it. Thinner than you think should be possible. The arm snaps under the weight of your body and crumbles to dust on the bed sheets. It doesn't hurt in the slightest, as if even your nerves have dried up and become as useless as, well, as useless as you feel in general. Just how long have you been laying in bed? You don't have much time to think about it. Your failed attempt at sitting up sends you tumbling over the side of the bed like a rag doll. but you think you're probably closer to being a ceramic doll, as your body shatters instantly upon impact with the floor. Your head rolls towards the door, letting you watch as the rest of your strewn body parts crack and crumble and turn to broken ruin as your consciousness begins to fade. The cat strolls into view, then, poking and prodding at the remains of your brittle limbs. Bad kitty, you try to say, but you think your jaw might have snapped off earlier as well. Almost as if sensing your attention, the cat walks over to you. Well, your head at least. And you watch with your final conscious seconds as it lays down, curling its body around you. It feels warm. Well, maybe another nap couldn't hurt. Just a cat nap. Buddy, you went into a depressive coma. What? That was not a cat nap. Okay, I'm gonna do maybe like one more. I'm gonna make sure I did all of this. Wait, I think I did all the stuff under this. Yeah, okay. Maybe you can try napping later. You decide to do something else with your time. Okay, clean the apartment, we watched the movie, we took a nap, so we're gonna do something with the cat this time. Like what? How about we pet the cat? It's not every day you have access to a cute, fluffy animal. What else is there to do but to pet it to your heart's content? You sit on the floor in your living room and click your tongue to call the cat over. The cat dashes over to you, immediately climbing into your lap. Poor thing. You just want some attention, don't you? Alright. You carefully pet the cat. A rub behind an ear, a scratch under the chin, a smooth sweep along the back. Good. You keep petting the cat in your lap, enjoying this bonding time together. But the cat starts to get restless after a while. What happens if we keep petting? You're not quite ready to stop. You feel so calm, the repetitive action soothing your usually overworking mind. You keep petting. The cat leans away from your next head pat. It's trying to get out of your lap. What if we keep going? When you scratch under the cat's chin, it bites at your fingers. You might be bleeding, but it barely hurts. More a warning than anything. The cat struggles in your hold. It's watching you closely. How about we keep petting? You keep petting the cat. Oh. That is not a warning anymore. Oh, that really isn't a warning. The cat bites off your finger. It hurts. You're definitely bleeding now, but for some reason, you just can't stop. You don't know what it is. Its fur is so much softer than you realized, but you think that it would be shiny. Ugh, you think it'd be shining in the faint light of your living room, but it's as if the darkness of the cat's black coat is sucking in all the illumination around it, rendering it completely null. You're drawn to it. You're drawn to it like you're somehow holding a deep dark abyss right in your lap. It seems calmer now, munching on your severed finger. The stump between your thumb and middle finger is leaking. But you keep petting. You fret that your blood will ruin its fur, but the cat no longer seems to mind. Time passes. It's dark out now. Soft as the fur is, your palm has started to feel raw and damp under the constant friction from your petting. You think faintly that maybe you've had enough. You start to lift your hand from the cat. When in a flash, oh, your entire hand is separated from your wrist. It flops onto your lap beside the cat. The cat's claws in front of its right paw glisten with crimson liquid. Crimson liquid! Oh my gosh. You don't feel it for a moment, but your body tenses, anticipating the pain as you blankly watch a cat lick at the bloodied palm of your severed hand. It hurts. It really, really hurts. Then the cat looks up at you, and you feel compelled to keep petting. You're reluctant, but you're also afraid of what will happen if you don't heed the call. What will you lose next if you try to resist again? You were hurt for your insistent petting earlier, yet now you've been hurt for trying to stop. It defies all logic, but that's what scares you. There's no reasoning with such fickle whims. You feebly try to raise your uninjured hand to pet the cat, but it stiffens, golden eyes glinting dangerously. Well, alright then. You raise your bleeding stump and resume your petting to the best of your ability. You pet. And you bleed. You pet. And you bleed. You pet. And you bleed. You pet. And you... Personal boundaries. Okay, I want to go through and make sure all of those under that just loop back out to... Wait, no. I just want to make sure all the ones loop out to, hold on. Okay. I know which one it is now. So I'm gonna make sure all of those other options... Wait, no. I want to make sure these just loop back out to the list. Okay. Okay. Alright, so they all just loop back out, okay? So we're gonna go to... We're gonna end it there. And I am gonna probably end the stream there too. Just purely for the fact that, I have to go get a couple other things done. Like I said, I kind of, maybe, possibly, most definitely got signed on the deadline to do other stuff that I didn't really want to do. So I gotta go work on that stuff. I don't know what I'll stream tomorrow. I don't, and even at that, I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow or Saturday or what, because again, like I have said every single week, I'll continue to say, because I keep getting a bunch of you to stop in at random times, usually when I'm not giving announcements and stuff, and I've gotten a lot of new people too. And I'm just saying this to keep all my bases covered. I know I say it every single week, but I just want everyone to be able to mark it on their calendars and remember, so you guys are sitting here panicking for like 2-3 weeks when I go dead from social media. More or less though, there are gonna be 2 weeks coming up in September where I am actually not even going to be home. Um, it's something I'm doing to go out to like Tennessee with family, so I am not even gonna be home. Um, well, I say that there's still gonna be family that's home, but like for the most part, a lot of like other family, I guess I should say, because our family is all over the map. We got some people that live in Texas, some people that live in Tennessee, a lot of us that live here, some of us in like Kansas. Like we're all over the map. We are just all over the map. So we're gonna go out to Tennessee to kind of visit with family for a couple weeks. Um, and I already told you guys that I have this is gonna be a vacation. I kind of take Astrom with us, and I am getting like all of his receipts and stuff for all of his shots and things to say he's updated on them because he just got them last Friday. So he is updated on all of his shots. So he is now he still can't be around dogs, but he's still or he's at least able to go around people like other people. He's got his rabies and everything, so he's good. Um so I am scrambling to get his stuff ready, but like today I have a bunch of side projects that I'm trying to get done for like family stuff, and then I got to go and I got to get oh, what am I trying to say? There's a bunch of other stuff I'm trying to get prepped because I'm also finishing painting up other spots in the house too. Because the stairwell was just the start of it. I went and started with that because that was like the least like dirtiest thing, I guess I should say. That one was super easy to take care of. It was just taking down some pictures, picture hooks, and pretty much just sweeping the stairs off and cleaning the wall really good. So after I did that, it that was with like kills. That was to make sure like the older paint in the house and stuff wouldn't show through later on. So that took care of that. I have to go over and repaint it with actual like indoor paint. Um, but I also gotta paint a couple other rooms downstairs too, because not a whole lot of us go in the basement. Which is weird because it is so much cooler down there, especially in the middle of summer. It is so much nicer down there than it is upstairs. But anyways, I gotta go do all that. I think that is pretty much it. I didn't really have very many announcements. Um, like I said, I don't know what the next stream's gonna be. I might use it to try and finish up this game, or it may say that this game is done as a whole because there's not very many more endings that I've got to go through and get. There's like 4, if you're lucky. And I think those are under the one like locked ending. So I think think I will finish up the last little bit either in my own time to unlock everything and then to go through and make the series for it. So, uh, yeah, I don't. Other than that, I don't know. I got the Stanley Parable. I gotta finish mouthwashing. I got a bunch of other games that I gotta play too. Like Berglund Gnomes came out with a full version. It's no longer just a demo, so I gotta get that. I gotta get Good Children Say Grace. Uh, it- that's pretty much it. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up the stream and end it here. So I do want to say thank you guys so much for stopping in today. I really do appreciate it, both from YouTube and Twitch. I don't know if YouTube, you peeps think that I just talk to Twitch, and I don't know if Twitch, you peeps think I just talk to YouTube or what. Usually when I talk, I mean both of you. So I want to thank each and every single one of you that have stopped in on both platforms. I seriously do appreciate it. You guys are going to constantly hear this from me. If you're new or if you're older followers, you're still going to hear it from me. Um again, I don't know when the next time is I'm going to be able to stream, but I think once I get back in September, I'm gonna rework my streaming schedule so I can do more throughout the week and a lot earlier on in the nights because I have had quite a few of you yell at me to stream earlier because the late nights aren't really working. So I'm gonna try to stream a little bit earlier, but I don't know. That's not gonna be till maybe like the middle, very end of September. Um, Oh, there is one thing I do want to say, and I don't normally ask for help on stuff like this, but I do want to say if you guys have people you think would be interested in my content, if you could help lead them to my Twitch because I have set a goal with as fast as I have grown from the beginning of this year to now. I've hit 50 something followers. Now, at the beginning of this year, I was only at like 20, if you're lucky. Somewhere around there, 20, 25. I did not have that many. So because I was able to hit as many as I have in just a few short months, I would like to set a goal to hit at least 100 on Twitch. Not a whole lot, I know, but once I hit 100, I'll officially start releasing like covers. I'll start putting more into like YouTube channel, like series, things like that. I'll be able to do a lot more. So I'm gonna say a minimum of 100. And you know what? If I don't even get that, if I get close, if I get like 5 more throughout the year or so, I would be absolutely grateful. It just makes it easier for me to be able to start doing this more full time. Um, Same with like other people too. I have set out to stream with at least one other VTuber by the end of the year. I don't know who, but I gotta start making friends because I just now realized I have all of you guys. I consider all you guys friends because you're very nice. But like actual friends I play games with or stream with, I got like one. I only have one. And it's not a bad thing because I do enjoy playing games with Bubbles. And I know you guys also enjoy it when we stream together, but I would like to also have variety with friends and stuff and expand the little friend group. So, yeah. Um I think that's about it though. If I have any more announcements, you guys know I will be dropping them in Discord. But yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you guys again, seriously, for I do mean it every single time I say it. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I don't know when the next stream will be, but I will see you